Hi everyone, it's Shari here, and I've had a few questions about my journal and what type I use. I have created my own journal and I've used just regular white cardstock, and I've made signatures. And a signature is a grouping of paper, and mine happens to be 3 sheets of folded cardstock. I use the Hero Arts white cardstock, and then here I'm showing you where I've sewn them in the middle. I will give you a link to some great videos on my blog on how to sew these together, but you could also use Nina cardstock. I've also thrown in some watercolor paper, and so I just have a bunch of different types. I've also thrown in little pieces of paper, and Donna Downey calls those inclusions. So once I had all my signatures together, I think I have 7 or 8 in this one, I did sew those together at the spine, and then what's holding them together right now is just duct tape. I've also had some questions as to gesso and what gesso is for. Gesso comes in a lot of different brands. Obviously, there's the Studio from Claudine Hellmuth. Liquitex makes a really nice thin gesso. I have clear gesso. I also use golden gesso, which is really thick. And so any of these gessos work, and what gesso does is it coats your paper so it accepts paints and such. A lot of the times I'll use it to cover up if I have paints that have gotten on from another page. Here's my golden gesso. So this one is just a really good thick one. But anyway, it's a good base. So you're going to use it to coat your pages first, like this one, where I had maybe different papers together. I coated the whole thing with gesso first. And I think I used that one because I had some paint underneath. You can also use gesso as a paint, as a white paint. So I've used it in here just to kind of mute things down. On this page I used it for texture for my circles that I did with my gelatos. Also on these circles I sealed them with a matte medium. Now a matte medium is like a glue or a sealer. And there's different types. There's the Claudine Hellmuth Studio Matte Medium. There's also Golden makes Matte Medium. So here's my Golden. That's a regular gel medium. I also have a more liquid type gel medium, so they come in different thicknesses. Another medium that you could use for gluing papers and such is Mod Podge. But this is good to glue down papers or to use as a sealer. So here I've used it to glue down my collage pieces. I have used it to glue down this medallion piece, which is an embossed piece of paper. So I've just used it to glue down my papers. I've also used it for all of these little circles and stuff as a glue. So there's different types that you can use. I don't particularly have a favorite. I like them all. I think Mod Podge though stays a little stickier. So this is what my book looks like, and I do want to do some more to this book. And right now, sorry, I'm off camera, but I'm grabbing this book cover that I've had, and this was I've been tearing pages out of this book, this hardbound book, for a long time, and so now I'm finally at the point where I'm going to try to use this as the cover of my journal. So somehow I'm going to alter this, and I'll be putting my pages in here. Hopefully maybe I can put this on video so y'all can see. But this is what empty bound book looks like, and I think it'll be perfect for my journal. So I hope that answers a lot of your questions that you've had about some of the mediums that I use and why I use them. So just remember that gesso is basically a paint. It's a ground for your other mediums, and matte medium is more like a glue. So I'll see you soon.